Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Thought is there, it is the mantra. Can you instantly become aware that somewhere deep inside that happiness is located? That is our essential nature. But how we are communicating? We are communicating through our interactive mind. Why I said interactive mind? It goes into the world outside, it interacts with the world, and it can also interact with our real self. Do you see the beauty and the secret of Mangalacharan? So it has a both-way communication. Now see first, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Now pay attention. When we practice Mangalacharan, we ask the interactive mind to go back to the essential nature, our innermost self, recognize the peace there, and then same interactive mind manifest that peace in the body, breath, mind, intellect, ego, and our relations and our working. Did you understand? You have to listen to this again and again and again until your mind recognizes how to interact. Sarvesham, Sarvesham, Puranam Bhavatu. May there be completeness in all. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. I believe you are getting it. So why we are doing it? Because the same interactive mind says, I have anxiety, I have stress, I have duality because of you, because of the world. Can you recognize the mind interacts with the world because of attachment, likes and dislikes, prevents the essential nature to manifest. Open your eyes. Did you understand that? That is why we practice Mangalacharan. Many people have said that it works. It works because mind interacts with the innermost self, and from there it allows the same interactive mind to manifest that peace and happiness and the joy first into the body, mind, intellect, ego, then in our relationship. What do you mean? My honey always makes me crazy. That interaction is preventing. Did you understand? That interaction is preventing the essential nature to manifest. I believe you are getting it. You have to listen to this again and again. We are going little deeper, deeper, deeper. Don't forget, our goal is to find. Did I give you the hint that how those 6 treasures manifest in our life? By Mangalacharan? If you have got it, that is how it works. I gave that secret into the Mangalacharan. So we discussed last time the fullness, mindfulness, peacefulness, happiness, you see, wholeness or spaciousness, essential nature gets the right state of the mind to manifest. Essential nature. Anxiety is incidental nature. Are you getting it? Stress is incidental nature. You are happy and your mom comes in front of you and you are stressed. Incidental nature. You want to be in peace. Essential nature, essential aspiration. But that but is the mind interacts. So if that is what the purification, so we discussed about it, fullness, mindfulness, happiness. Can you have wealthness? I think who will guide me. Is there a word? Is there a word wealthness? There is no word wealthness. Yeah. Terry says no. That is very good. So, yes, it is not there. Is there a word anxietyness? There is no word anxietyness. But why it happens? So what if the very thing we are desperately seeking outside is the very thing you already are inside? This is what the Eastern wisdom says. What if your endless search for peace, happiness, and fulfillment is like a fish searching for water? Let me complete it. Searching for water while swimming in the ocean. Intellectually, we have understood. I want to bring one more thing here for your clarity. In science, we say this is theory, this is practice. One big difference, Dennis, one big difference in the scientific research, we use the intellect. In Eastern wisdom, we also use the intellect. One big difference. Can you understand that? What is that big difference? In Eastern wisdom, self-discovery, we use the discernment. Let us use the intellect with the discernment. This is real, this is false. Finished. In scientific research, we don't see that. So, now if I use the same statement, what if your endless search for happiness is like a fish searching for water while swimming in the ocean? Apply the intellect with the discernment, you get an answer. Come on, why you are searching? You are already into the water. You live in the water, you take birth in the water, you grow into the water, you have a maturity in the water, you give birth to your kids in the water, and you die in the water. So you are the water. So it means we are the peace, we are the happiness. Look at the beauty, the way our masters are saying. That is what is very important to understand. Welcome, sir. So that is how we transform our life, that we discuss mindfulness, peacefulness. We don't have bankfulness, we don't have tastefulness. Why? Incidental, temporary. Sensualness. Can you have sensualness? Kind to kindness is okay, but you don't have it. So you use this with the discernment and you see that your mind becomes clear. Oh, they are the part. So we also discussed about those 6 treasures briefly. I'm going to start now directly to the 6 treasures. Oh, I have been waiting for that is why I forget everything what we have done. If you forget everything what we have done in the last 20 or 25 sessions, you cannot find that peace and happiness. You cannot find those 6 treasures. Very clear. Is it written in the books? No, it is written in many other texts, but I have my own expression. What is the fundamental nature of the happiness? For example, happiness is our inherent nature. Encompassing peace, calmness, completeness, rather than being reliant on external achievement or situations. So I have to check all the time. I have to become aware. The moment I have an anxiety, my interaction is started with the word. It has prevented the 6 treasures. Finished. And not only that, again I am repeating, not only that, that interaction with the words searching for peace and happiness gives birth to the 6 enemies. You already know the 6 enemies. Clear? Think of it. I appreciate your sharing and discussion and reflection. Someone reflected, it is, someone uses the analogy practice to athletic training, emphasizing that it requires daily, consistent effort and a lifelong journey. I want to live in peace and happiness. That is my primary purpose. Someone also used a controllable radius, so I should move again and again to that same frequency. How? Intellect with the discernment. That isness is eternal. Another guy shared that isness is eternal, all-pervading, non-changing consciousness. So it means my mind should be hooked to that. If it is not hooked to that, then we miss that point. We miss the 6 treasures in our life. Yes, yeah. Someone also highlight the sanskaras in the old impressions are revealed through both positive and negative experiences. So I have to maintain my awareness, interaction. Mind, where are you interacting? How you are moving? How to make the mind mature? By 8 steps. I'm just summarizing and then I will come directly to. So by the 8 steps, your mind starts interacting directly in a right manner to awaken to the 6 treasure. I awaken to the 6 treasure. It is already there. I gave you an example of the fish. After 20 sessions. So remember Mangalacharan, prime purpose of the life, default mind and the discerning intellect. We understand. Then discernment and dispassion are essential, are very important. It has to be practiced. To check that, is there a change in behavior and attitude? Yes, there is a change in behavior and attitude. You are progressing. If there is no change in behavior and attitude, then there is no change. Then there is no change at all. And 8 steps I have already covered. Why? This journey, these practices are non-negotiable. I told you before that. External conflict is a test, is an opportunity. Let me get hit by the word. Someone insulted you, you also reacted, you return home, you are a seeker. You are a seeker. You go inside. Let your interactive mind say, why should I should not have reacted. You are progressing. I will teach him a lesson. You are a nonsense. Just think, I will teach him a lesson. So you are already burning within. So you are preventing those six treasures to come. Then only you can, and you are already understanding the 5 stages of the practice of meditation. So I have converted that into. Now come to the first treasure. The first treasure is known as the sama. We will understand in few stages what is this sama. You have already heard Shanti. Shanti is a feminine form of sama. Masculine is Shanti. Masculine form of Shanti is known as Shama. Both means peace. Masculine is understood as an active phase. Shanti, the feminine, is known as the passive. So that is why we are discovering this sama. Can you appreciate those great masters? They choose the word. If you go to the etymology, we break up the word into parts and we understand. Both the Shanti and the Sama comes from the root is known as sam, which means to quieten, to pacify, to become calm, to subdue. Many words. To quieten, to pacify, to become calm, to subdue. Can you link it with my explanation of Mangalacharan today? What did I say? Interactive mind searching for peace. With anxiety and fear, stop this. To pacify, to quieten, to become calm, to subdue. Understood that? So the very first thing we are understanding the etymology, sam. Sama fundamentally means mastery over the mind. One master uses that word, phrase. Another master says mano nigraha. Ashok understands that meaning. Mano nigraha. Also, the nigraha word is used for control or mastery over the mind. My master uses, O mind, be at peace, this will also pass. This will, what will pass? Interactive, incidental nature. We are not concerned. That results into understanding that sama means when the mind is 100% available to us at all the times. Then you are in the state of the sama. Then you allowed that peace within you to manifest first into all the 5 koshas, and then it manifests in your personal, professional, social life. We can perceive things, people in the world with clarity. Clarity means what? Every word counts. We are understanding through the intellect with discernment. So when we use the word, the language is changing. We can perceive things, people, world with clarity. Clarity means what? Free from attachment and detachment, free from likes and dislikes, free from default mind. Default mind is impulsive mind. Oh, so then the sama is already there, yes. Like the fish who is searching the water, it is already there. I feel very bored listening to you, I feel sleepy. So your interactive mind is interacting with default mind. What a very mind that creates your suffering could become your greatest source of peace. Mind is suffering. You recognize the interaction. Mind is interacting with the world outside because of attachment, likes and dislikes. And you recognize in your intellect, they are gone. You have opened the gateway to the peace. But it will not come if you do not practice in the last 20 sessions. It's always good that you should listen to it again and again, prepare a note, and then when you prepare a note, then prepare a note means contemplation and reflection, and then you practice, then only this is possible. Otherwise, if you say, I have already understood the meaning, definition, then what you did the scientific research. It's a theory. Where is the practice? What is the practice? Using the intellect with the discernment. There is no difference between the theory and the practice. Try this. Raise questions. I will remove the doubt. What we discussed. Mano Nigraha, the mastery of the mind. Your mind should be your servant, not your master. But I have to understand the difference between I am the servant of the mind or I am the master of the mind. I have to understand it. How I have to understand? Intellect with discernment. Then second thing, 100% availability. Mind is 100% available here. No, I feel lot of pain in the body. Is mind 100% available? I feel sleeping. Is mind 100% available? Why? I have to go to the 8 steps. I'm just interacting, helping you. Your mind should interact like this. 100% availability of the mind transforms scattered mental energy into a laser focused awareness. 100% available. Laser focused awareness where? To the essential nature, to the innermost self. You make your mind completely present, accessible when you need it. You stop energy leaks through the mental chatter and emotional drama. Emotional drama, we already watch movies and we see the emotional drama, but we also perform the same emotional drama all the time. I don't feel good, I will not attend the session. There are a lot of things, I don't want to bring it. Let the time come. Did you understand the first lesson of the Sama? First lesson of the Sama. Now we will have our discussion. Who is going to take a lead? Whosoever is in Sama can take the lead. No, that's good. Okay.
Yeah, the one takeaway of course, but I like the statement that the mind that is the delusional mind is the attached mind, is also the mind that will get us to that higher place.
Yes. And that transition, that understanding is not a theory. I simply become aware of the anxiety, attachment outside, seeking something drops because of the discernment. I'm into that state. How it comes because of all the last 20 or 25 sessions on six treasures that we have done. Did I prove it? Yes, Jerry.
Thank you. Yeah, the interaction between the essence, our true nature, and the interaction in the world. So that will always go on. We have this interconnected and interchangeable, but our attachment is to the essence. When that happens, then all the things that happen in the world and all the past impressions, we notice them, but they no longer affect us.
Yes.
So, and they will be there still, and
Yeah.
changes. So we notice it, and the mind's still 100% available.
Yeah. The world will remain as it is. But my interaction of the mind with an ability to discern frees my mind from the attachment in likes and dislikes. So now this mind is constantly interacting with the essence, my essential nature. Done. I'm in peace. I need not to do the theory and practice. Make it very clear. But in the beginning, all the previous 20, 25 sessions, you have to do the practice to reach to that state. What is that practice? To bring about a change how the mind interacts. We are understanding how my mind is interacting, whether it should interact, this is right or wrong. That level of awareness we should have it. Dennis, you are brooding, yes, come out with it.
As far as I understood it, samadhi is kind of the natural availability of the mind. What do we mean by the mind is available? When the mind is not available, then it's first of all available to who? Available to the infinite.
Yes.
Or what I call me myself. So if the mind is not available, what does it mean? It means that the mind is driven by past action, by karma, by our habitual nature, by things that unconscious. Mind is available, it means that it is ready to respond at any moment of time, and it is ready to respond not out of past impressions, but out of discernment. And also samadhi is like natural awareness without obstruction. And what I mean by obstruction is when the mind is busy outside or blaming or complaining, so that what prevents natural awareness. And when that is not there, then samadhi is there. And also in my understanding, samadhi is space between the thoughts. When the thoughts, the automatic thoughts keep coming, and we don't experience the space between them, then there is no samadhi. But when we recognize that this thought is separate from me, and there is a space between the next thought and this thought, and there is a space between the one who thinks this thought and the thought itself, then in that space we find samadhi.
Beautifully said. Can I summarize? You may think and you want to note down, you can note down, but still you have to listen to everyone who shares the experiences. I'm summarizing in a different way. Shanti, is passive all the time because I forget it. Why? Due to the default mind. And I have already explained what is the default mind. Now come to the sama. Sama is active phase. I already explained you, it is masculine. It is active to think, speak and act in the world. You can activate by discerning intellect. Did I summarize? You activate by discerning intellect sama. It means I can activate that sama anytime, anywhere. You insulted me. You activate. Oh, I'm sorry. Is it possible? Yes, Stephen.
I think with every passing day, this is becoming clearer and clearer to me. The sama, the inner peace, I feel and recognize it in between every single thought, as Dennis pointed out. And I also recognize the interactive, incidental, and the old default mind, and the distraction that it takes. And going back to the start of this lesson today is I'm finding the help of the Mongolian Charan to be very important, because it's not just the mantra itself, but indeed the reflection from the discernment from the previous days and days before, what those distractions, and setting the mode of the mind of how I'm going to address the day, and the awareness is heightened each and every moment of the day, and then being able to separate between what truly is incidental and interactive, and the discerning mind is becoming easier. So thank you.
Beautiful. Yes. Yes, you see, he brought all majority of the aspect. You start mode and the mood of the mind. If you remind yourself the 8 steps, so you recognize where the mind is distracted and why it is distracted. Now you know it is because of the default mind, which is impulsive. Why it is impulsive? Because of the past impressions and the way we have been training our mind. That is only way of solution. Now you come to the discerning intellect and you think and you reflect. You separate from the essential and the incidental. The moment you separate incidental, can you say pleasure? Ness means continuity. It is not there. So I have to recognize this. That recognition is a field of awareness. It is your experience where? Here and now. No theory, no practice. They are together. And if you say they are very, I will practice, then you are already in tamoguna. It is interacting with the tamoguna. You feel sleepy, you feel good. How are you, Samir?
So you have asked me?
Yes.
Sir, today I was thinking about goal of my life. I think this sama is the goal of everyone's life. Means everyone wants peace, happiness, and what we think that goal is in our life, the root cause of that is goal of our life. Means what we want to achieve in our life is, means we think that we have to achieve this thing, but root of that thing is happiness and peace. Whatever we want to achieve, we want to achieve money,
Yeah.
or any damn thing in the life, but the basic desire of everyone is peace and happiness. They think that there is goal in life, but there is no goal in life. The peace in life is the ultimate goal. Whether it is in goal of life, we
Yes.
can say, or it is goal in life. We think that there are a lot of goals in life, but their root cause of that, all the goals are peace and happiness. I think so, like that.
Beautifully said, yes. You see how you understand. Listen to the others and use the discernment. So I use the power of discernment and I recognize what are the goals in life: career, job, wealth, money, sex, etc., food, etc. Are they incidental or essential? Answer: they are incidental. What is essential? Happiness. So why it is essential? By career, what I am seeking? Happiness. What I am seeking by sex? Happiness. But I want a continuity of the happiness. You cannot sleep 24 by 7. You cannot do sex 24 by 7. I'm little bit. So what I can do 24 by 7? Nothing. So it means there is something that is essential. That is why we say we are the seekers of happiness. Brandy, you want to say something? I could see the
Sure,
smile
thank
on
you.
everyone's face. I'm happy, Yes. No. Yeah. Ashok has started smiling. Yes. Yeah, Brandy, go ahead.
I found the example of the fish living in water and looking for the water a good metaphor for how we are with our peace, which is always available like the water to the fish. We just have to get the mind under control, the scattered mind and the emotions and all the stuff, and get it focused so that we can experience the water, so to speak. And that was a cool way for me to look at that. Thanks.
Yes, you're right. Sometimes we put our glasses on our forehead. Where is my glass? Are you crazy? It's already there. that is another example we find in our life. We don't perceive the peace in the same way. Our default mind is so much obsessed that it will come from outside. It is incidental nature, and that is why we continue. Oh, I'm 99-year-old. What I'm seeking? Oh, my son, I have given you the 50% of the wealth. Leave this. You live in peace. At the age of 99, you are still thinking of outside. Yes, Christina.
Thank you. I also resonated with the fish metaphor. And this morning my cousin came into town late last night, so the morning was very different than my usual morning. But I did do my meditation, and though felt like I was on a seesaw, I could watch the mind seeking for peace. Oh, I can't wait till I get to meditation class, right, to be at peace. And then wait, no, I'm missing the moments to be able to be in peace until then, and just sort of going back and forth and back and forth.
So were you hit by your cousin? You are hit by the word. Just see that. You use the discerning intellect. Finished. Theory and practice together. Your experience. I'm getting hit by my cousin. Thank you, Michael. You internally say, thank you. You're teaching me a good lesson. Yes, Vaibhav.
Thank you, sir. So, how I understand it today is like that when I'm struggling with something and I start repeating the theory in my mind, like the principles in my mind, and there's a moment come when the mind discerns to that suffering and says that I am already in peace, why I am thinking about this. So, at that point, that theory becomes the practical and my mind becomes calm and peaceful. So, that time, actually, I'm using sama to be in peace, because I'm actively trying to be in peace rather than by normal state I was not in peace, but I was actively trying to be in peace, and this is what the understanding I'm getting today.
Beautiful. This session seems to be very important. You have to listen at least 5 times and extract how each one shared. How each one shared, and then you educate your own mind. Oh, this is one way of teaching, this is another way. So what happens? That default mind transforms into a discerning intellect, and then the discerning intellect becomes the default state. I'm just telling you. When it becomes the default state, then what happens? And whether cousin comes or cousin dad comes, no, you don't worry about it. No, I'm just giving a metaphor. Yes, Terry, whether one maid comes or second maid comes, you are in Sama. Tell me something.
It seems that I was trying to think about what is the mind and what is the intellect, and what it seems like it's to become aware of what the mind is doing. In other words, when you're using the intellect,
are you Terry?
You're conscious of what your mind. Like a lot of times, my mind is just thinking a million crazy things.
Yeah, that is mind. And when you make a decision, why you are thinking of crazy stuff, that is intellect.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. First, before you can do that, you have to notice.
That is why we have 20 sessions.
So you can't have, you have to have the space.
Yes, space, yes.
Notice.
Yes.
And then you can choose to use the intellect. But I think it was very interesting today because you suggested that the mind can be used as a tool to communicate with the inner world,
yes,
as well as the outer.
Yes. This mind is the only instrument to which can interact with the inner space or innermost self and the external world. It is interactive in nature. The moment it goes out, it interacts through the sense organs, past impression, prarabdha, impulsive nature, attachment and detachment, but it cannot do the same interactive with the innermost self because it prevents, it causes problem, it causes 6 enemies. I'm happy you all are becoming clearer and clearer. We are approaching our goal. Close your eyes, the stage number 1. Please position and posture. Please position and posture is nothing but it is your self-awareness. You see interactive with the mind. Oh my goodness, yes. I'm asking the mind to interact. And when you interact consciously in a specific direction, then what happens? It becomes DI. What is DI short form? Discerning intellect. So you bypass the default mind. Oh, just in a fraction of a millisecond, answer is yes. So you bypass DM. I'm using, okay, let us move to in the stage 1, being comfortable. So discerning intellect, now intellectual comfort is already there. That is why I have been listening patiently to this guy. Yes, comfort, but you corroborate with experience of sensation, comfort and steadiness. Okay. Sensation, comfort and steadiness you experience by DM or DI, that is your choice to see. Being carefree, I'm just using those acronyms, In science we use a lot of acronyms to help you understand that it is. So the being carefree. Terry used the word space. That space is your DI basically. The space between mind running after and running away. I use that, word running away from the word couple of times. The moment you are running away, you know here you are and here is the world. And that is what the carefree is. And then you help the mind to settle. Now can you apply the same DI? Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. I don't know the innermost self, but I can interact through the mantra, through the word. That is why I am communicating. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. No, first I will interact with my cousin. No, first you interact with yourself. No, I interact with my honey who loves me so much. Forget about honey. Your honey is the innermost self. But if you forget, either due to attachment or due to aversion, DM has taken over. There is no mastery. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. DI, DM. DI, DM. Even if your mind doesn't care to know what is DI and DM, then your mind is so much lazy, and then it will not succeed. I'm not responsible. Second stage, when practicing, check what problem you face with the default mind. Face with the default mind or DM. We can bring back DI for a temporary. What? Look deep inside the forehead in the space. Do you check the DI that you are looking into the space? And start breathing into the belly, long deep in the hissing breath. Long deep in the hissing breath. But do you still remember? If you remember all the previous steps, we have already understood that the belly should be expanded like a balloon, should be contracted like a balloon. It touches the spine during exhalation. It expands like a balloon during inhalation. It is long, deep in the hissing breath. And so in the second stage, we check the flow of the breath which I left and directly went into the breathing. So remember these steps completely so that you can do the practice regularly and whenever you have more time. So in the second stage, for a couple of minutes, we just check the flow of the breath, and then we pick up either the chest breathing, belly breathing, or yogic breathing, long deep in the hissing breath. Continue. Long deep in the hissing breath. Do not stop in the between. And in the second stage, we have a nyas. At present, we have 3 steps. I'll be adding one more, but let us be very clear. And now leave this unskipping nyasa from the second stage, moving into the third stage. Just be aware of the flow of the breath. It's very important. And if you are aware of the flow of the breath after the stage 2, you can awaken. You can awaken to the DI and the DM. The moment any movement of the DM, the interactive mind, DI is also the interactive intellect. So any movement from the past impulsive nature you can instantly return to the flow of the breath. That is what the discerning intellect is. So in the stage 3, we have the flow of the breath. We drop Om Shanti on 16 segments, and we also focus on the triangle with the mantra. 3 steps. So let us move to the second step. In the stage 3, you drop Om Shanti on the 16 segments of the fingers. Is it not the play of DI and DM? Now you see, I have been giving you all those, but I made it clear in today's session. Sometimes you missing is DM, returning is DI, continuity is DI. Oh, so you are asking, oh, DI is activated. So I'm using a specific, it is the same discerning mind, you can also say it. Mind is one common term used for mind, intellect, memory, and the ego, according to the Eastern wisdom. But for the sake of understanding, I use the word discerning intellect and default mind. So you are dropping Shanti on the 16 segments of the fingers. You also notice, you miss. Miss it means, do you remember, you hit by the word, but you recall, and you remember, and you return to. Look at it. So in the stage 3, I can simply say it is self-awareness, but with a capital S. in the previous steps, it is self-awareness with a small s. Just for the sake of clarity, discerning intellect. I'm using the discerning intellect. That is how our masters are using. They are applying these principles. Oh, very good. And now leave this. Move the mind inside the heart. Visualize the triangle pointing upward. Moving the mind on each side of the triangle, dropping Om Shanti clockwise, anti-clockwise. Find out the thing. You just continue dropping Om Shanti on each side of the triangle, moving the mind clockwise and anti-clockwise. Previously, I was not giving more time to this step. It's better give more time to clearly understand DINDM. And that is the perfect moment there is a strength. You push the mind singing Om. Mind seems to stop, drop Shanti. Stage 3 is done. So transition stage now, because when the mind drops all the efforts, you simply move into to the so what it means, what I'm conveying you have dropped the default mind completely. No, you don't belong to me. Who says my cousin is crazy? Default mind. So I drop this mind completely. I'm in the default discerning intellect. That discerning intellect, I'm just discerning intellect keeps self-absorption and you are aware of it. You know, if again, I want to be very clear. One kind of self-absorption is deep sleep. Here it is not sleep. Oh, self-absorption is there, but I am aware. Patanjali has explained this state beautifully. We'll talk about that. I have not been giving time to the stage. This is self-absorption is the stage 4. Why I divided into these 5 stages, you can easily answer it. Discerning intellect, so that I can understand my progress. So in the stage 4, we have experiences in the vision, in the colors, images, with the discerning intellect, you are recognizing. You are recognizing with the discerning intellect, not with the discerning mind. If you recognize with the discerning mind, what will happen? DM will say, I got it. I am awakened. I saw the blue light. Be very clear, whatever I communicate with you, you have to be very clear. And now in the stage 5, you also recite the mantra with me or loudly or mentally, whatever you feel like on a given day. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You are reciting mantra means what? Means what? I have already told you, you are activating sama in its full glory. Can I say that? You are already there, so I can say that. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Keep your DI active. How? That DI active means you bring your awareness on the right hand, it experiences. Bring your mind on the left hand. You see, they are interchangeable, mind and intellect. It experiences the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes and stay there. Open your eyes inside the palms. The palms are like a cup. And ask the DI, what happened? Now bring the arms down. You are there. So once we will follow these 5 stages for a couple of weeks, then we will see whether we can stay for 1 hour of meditation or not. So everything is placed. Yes, Christina, what do you want to say?
Thank you. It's almost like a more powerful filter kind of rises up to be able to, the discerning intellect,
Yes.
a stronger filter is there.
Good. So, in the discerning intellect, cousin was there or I was there? That's good. Your good experience is good. How are you, Samir?
Sir, nowadays my mind is not supporting my problems. So my problems are becoming weak day by day. So this is happening with me, that my mind is not helping my problems. So first my problems were supported by my mind. So they used to pop up. Now my mind is not helping my problems. So problems are not getting food and this energy. So they are becoming weak day by day, day by day. This is
Beautifully said. you see that you have to convert that phrase in a right manner by discernment. My mind is not helping the problem. You can take other negative meaning also. No, it has a positive connotation. So many times when we start speaking in Eastern wisdom, there are many. Control your desire. How can you control you? How can you live without desire? It has a different meaning. Understand that. So unless you study Eastern wisdom, with the length of the time, you cannot get it. So the master comes and says, control your desire. Hell with you, I just have a goal of earning $10 million, and he says, control me. So it is also the responsibility of a teacher also. And it is the commitment from the seeker. It is both. I can talk of those higher aspects. How are you, David, in here?
I love the acronym, the DI and the DM, going into the meditation today combined with the steps. And I just managed to have a very deep meditation. That's all I can say. It's very, very good. Thank you.
Yes. Discerning, DI just follows it anywhere, anytime in life. Why? You are in the state of the sama. And when you are in the state of sama, it helps you to absorb yourself. It becomes a deeper meditation. Beautifully. How are you, Jerry?
So good. Thank you. I also really appreciated all the steps, and meditation was deep. The DI and the DM, the discerning intellect, automatically negates the default mind. So through all of our practice and these years, we recognize it. So we see it, and now we can just negate it, so that we don't really have to give it much time or energy. We just know that it's not necessary.
Very good. DI, you recognize instantly and it is gone. Don't start talking of these terms to a layman. They will say you have gone mad. Fact is that they are mad, which includes your relations also. So you have to talk in a simple language. I'm practicing meditation. Oh yes, I'm getting exhausted. You ask, you just understand that what is the level of your, maybe for your honey, your relations, and follow that path. I have been doing it, you already know. So yes, how are you, Stephen?
Good, sir. Thank you. My meditation was, it was twofold. One was absolute peace, and the other side of it was complete contemplation and reflection that was actually stirred by Terry's statement of going into it between the intellect and the mind. And then earlier in the lesson, you talked about someone making the comment about sports, which I think it was David that said that about the practicing and so on and so forth. And what hit me was, as an athlete, you practice over and over again in order to gain muscle memory, so that things become automatic, regardless of what sport you're playing. And during this, between the DI and the DM, intellect, the mind, I started looking at it that the mind isn't the enemy, that I have to convert and teach the mind to become the new discerning intellect. And to do that, it needs to be my friend and be able to recognize what may not be positive, what might be egocentric, whatever might be a past impression, to say, that's okay, but that's not the way we think anymore. And we need to bring it over and start going a different way. And that's what was going on. So there were moments in which that popped into my head, and I accepted it, and I worked with it, and then fell back into this deep inner peace. So thank you.
Beautifully narrated, beautifully explained. I will add one more point so that we all should remember. Muscle memory, right, perfectly. In sports and in any activities, if it is repeated over a time, it creates a memory in the mind. So whatever we do in the world outside, we need a refinement, we need that subtlety to reach to a point of so-called perfection. Perfection in any activity in the world. Whatever masters are saying, by using the DI, you awaken to the memory of the consciousness that you are peace and happiness. Do you see the difference between the two? There is already a memory of consciousness. Memory of the mind is filled with DM, impulsive nature. Memory of the consciousness. That is why we say simply use the DI. Be there. How it will happen? The DM will go away. Yes, Dennis, you want to say?
My meditation was deepened, peaceful and calm, and endless space was there. The DI was observing and DM was resting, not interfering. Thank you.
Beautiful. That's another expression. Brandy?
Thank you. During my meditation, I recognize that when you apply the DI, that the peace is always available. The availability of the peace, you know. And it's good. Thanks.
Beautiful. Yeah, when it is available, we are there. Not the blue light and yellow light, and not the sensation in the spine. That is a primary level. Basics. Even basics is not there. Because we feel the sensation. You can introduce the sensation anytime. In New Jersey, I don't remember that guy who had a soda. I think you all remember, especially it is found in US. I don't know whether it's wrong. So he says that when you put a sip on your tongue, the tongue is paralyzed for 15 seconds. And then it returns to its, I don't know, there's a brand of soda who had been my student in New Jersey. So you see, this is what happens. Yes, Terry, you want to say something before I go to Vaibhav? I think everyone is done.
I noticed that the chanting at the end, the sama actively
Yes.
chants the feminine form. So they have the one and the other. So is that, I don't know if there's a reason for that, but I noticed that.
Beautifully said. Now you understand the difference between DI and the DM. That is what you have to do every day with yourself, with maid also. Huh? With your maid also. Yes, Vaibhav.
Thank you, sir. Sir, practice was calm. Mine was at rest.
Beautiful. We all have done, except Ashok. Ashok, I know what he will say. Sir, I will also say him, sir. Oh, you want to say something? He raised his hand, yeah. Only raising your hand. Okay. Thank you. That's...
Sir, namaste, sir.
Sir, namaste.
Sir, 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah.
Sir, contemplating session is going on and listening is also going on and practicing also. And I mean, कभी-कभी difficulty होती है कि mind default mind में चला जाता है. Then I again recall past struggles. Then again it settles. I mean, it takes little time, but it goes.
What he says, he is listening and learning, he is contemplating and reflecting. Are you listening, learning, contemplating, reflecting outside? Then only the default mind returns. Oh, with yourself, okay. So then the default mind.
Your audio, myself.
Do you force your honey also to listen?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Yeah, you have to be.
I obey her.
Huh?
I obey her.
You,
I obey her.
Then you'll have two default mind.
Okay.
If you obey discerning intellect, then both are gone. Then I will fight with her. So discerning intellect never says you fight with her.
Yeah, I will use discerning mind.
There are many ways. I think everyone has done. Thank you. That is all for today. We'll meet again on things.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Namaste, everyone.